Hello everyone and welcome to Python tutorial for beginners. In this video, I'm going to explain while loop in Python. Now, what is exactly use of the while loop? Now take one example here. Suppose I want to print hello one time. So just write down print in bracket hello and execute this one. So it will print hello one time. Suppose I want to print hello 5 times. Then I will copy this code and write down this print function or call print function 5 times. Check out, I called print function 5 times, and when I execute this one, it will print hello how many times? 5 times. But imagine if I want to print hello 100 times or 200 times, then it is not feasible to write down the print function 200 times. So what is the solution? Solution is very simple. Execute same code number of times, means we have to use loop. So what is the purpose of the while loop? When we want to execute same code number of times, then we have to use while loop. For example, check out here, I'm going to remove this one and I'm going to execute same line of code. This print function I want to execute 5 times or 20 times or 30 times. Then we have to use which one? While loop. So what is the syntax of the while loop? So syntax of the while loop is very simple. Just write down the while, then write down condition, whatever the condition, then colon. Okay. After colon, just press the enter button and write down your code. So this is the code of the while loop. So this is the simple syntax of which one? While loop. So what is the line by line execution? While this condition is true, then continuously execute this code. Means while loop is continuously executed until condition is what? True, and it will stop the execution only when that condition become false. So check one example here. Suppose I declared one variable I is equals to 0. Then I am writing while loop. While after that I'm going to write down the condition, that is I less than 5, for example. That is my condition. Then colon and write down here print in bracket hello. Okay, one more line is remaining. Just increment the value of I variable. I is equals to what? I plus 1. Now check out line by line execution of the while loop. First of all, I is equals to 0. That is the initial value of the I variable. Then here check out while I is less than 5, continuously execute this code. Means what is the termination condition? When the value of I is greater than 5 or equal to 5, then and then only stop. So that is the termination condition. So check out what is the initial value of I? 0. 0 is less than 5. That condition is true or false? That condition is true. Then this code is executed. What output is printed? Hello output is printed, and I is equals to I plus 1. Increment the value of I. What is the next value of I? That 0 plus 1. Next value of I is which one? 1. Again, it will go here. Again, check the condition. That is what? I is less than 5. Now, what is the current value of I? Current value of I is what? 1. 1 is less than 5. That condition is also true. Then it will print the hello. Again, increment the value of I, that is I plus 1. Current value of I is what? 1. 1 plus 1, it will become what? 2. So in this manner, it will continuously execute the loop until that condition falls. Now, when the value of I is 5 or greater than 5, then that loop is what? Terminated, because that condition is what? False. So when I execute this one, check out, you will get the hello how many times? 5 times. Means you want to execute same code number of times, then we have to use the while loop. Now suppose you want to use debugging to understand the while loop. Check out, I'm using a breakpoint here. I'm just click here, it will use the breakpoint and start the debugging. Click on the debug here, or you can press shift plus F9. So it will start debugging your project or program. So you'll understand line by line execution of which one? While loop. Check out what is the initial value of I? I is equals to 0. This blue line indicate the current line to be executed. Means what? When I press what? This button, that is called resume program, or F9, then this line is executed. So when I press this one, check out this line is executed. And what is the initial value of I? The initial value of I is equals to which one? 0. You can cross check here initial value of I, or here check out this one variable section here. You can check the value of the I variable. Initial value is equals to 0. Now next current line to be executed is which one? This one, that is 6, line number 6. So when I click here, now if that condition is true, then and then only code inside while block is executed. This is the code present inside which one? While block. So again press this what? Run resume program or F9. Check out that condition is true. Then what output is printed? Hello output is printed. Check out. Now next line to be executed is what? I is equals to I plus 1, increment the value of I. So when I execute this one, initial value of I is 0. Now the value of I become 1. Check out, the value of I change from 0 to 1. Now you can cross check here or you can cross check here. Again, press resume program button. Then again, that condition is true. 1 is less than 5. That condition is true. Hello output is printed. Now I plus 1, that is next value of I. Current value of I is what? 1. 1 plus 1, it will become what? 2. Check out now, right now, what is the value of I? 2. So in this manner, it will increment the value and continuously check the condition. If condition is true, then and then only code present inside while loop is executed. If condition is false, then code is not executed. Now check out how many times you can click on the console. How many times hello printed here right now? 2 times hello printed. Now just click here, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. Now check out what is the value of I. Current value of I is equals to 4. Now 4 plus 1, this line is executed. 4 plus 1, it will become 5. Now 5 less than 5, that condition is not true. So your loop is what? Terminated. Check out, your program is completed. And how many times output is printed? 5 times hello printed. So this is the way you have to understand the while loop. Remember one thing, while loop continuously executed until that condition is true. And when condition become false, it will stop the execution. Another precaution you have to take while writing the while loop is what? Give the what? Increment value. For example, if I remove this line, now this is the infinite loop. Why infinite loop? Because what is the initial value of I? 0. 0 is less than 5. Now this condition is true. Hello printed. Now there is no way to change the value of I variable. So the value of I remains 0 and this condition always true. That's why this loop never break, and that's why it is called which one? Infinite loop. So when I execute this one, check out, it will continuously execute. Check out, it is continuously executing. So you have to precaution while using the while loop. You have to provide some code that will change the value of I variable. In this case, variable is what? I, but in your case, variable name may be different. So here I have to write down this code, that is I is equals to what? I plus 1. But this is not case. You can use any code to change the value of which one? I variable, or variable used inside which one? Condition. Okay, so that is the simple example to explain how to use which one? Your while loop. Now I'm going to take another example to explain again while loop. So just remove this one. Here I'm going to write down the program, write program to print table of number. Okay, so I'm going to take one number from user and print the table of that number. So how to take this one? Just declare one variable. Suppose I'm writing here x is equals to, write down input what? Enter number. Okay, so I'm asking user to enter a number. That number you have to convert into integer, because by default whatever data you entered and input by using input function, that is present inside string format, convert that data into integer format by using int function, int in bracket what? X. Okay, now that number is present inside what? Integer data type. Now declare one more variable, that is equals to I. Now here I have to explain first logic of creating your table. So just open here whiteboard. Here I'm going to explain what is the logic to create your table. So just I'm going to write down create what? Number table. So theoretically, I'm going to explain here how to create the table. Suppose I want to create the table of suppose 5 number. Suppose user enter 5 and I want to generate the table of 5. So how to generate the table of 5 on paper? So this is the number, suppose 5, then multiply by 1 is equals to what? 5. Then 5 multiply by 2 is equals to what? 10. 5 multiply by what? 3 is equals to what? 15. In this manner, what you can generate the table of which one? 5. Lastly, 5 multiply by 10 is equals to 50. Now you have to understand logic here. What is the logic? This is the number which table I want to generate. I want to generate the table of 5 number. So how to generate the table? Multiply this number with one value initially. So it will give the 5 output. Multiply this number, same number with two value. It will give what? 10 output. In this manner, your table is generated. Now in our code, this 5 is stored inside which variable? This 5 is stored inside X variable. Then this value is stored inside which one? I variable. And I'm going to store result inside which one? Y variable. So what is our expression? This is our expression. Y is equals to X into I. So check out, X is an input we are taking from user. I variable contain this value. Initial value is what? 1 to 10 value stored inside I variable, and result of this multiplication stored inside which variable? Y variable. So come back to the code section. Check out here, initial value of I is equals to what? 1. I'm not taking 0. If we take 0, anything multiply by what? 0 is equals to which one? 0. That's why we have to take which one? 1. Now write down the while loop. While I is less than or equal to 10, because we have to start with 1 and go up to what? 10 value, because 5 into 1, 5 into 2, 5 into 3, 5 into what? 4, up to what? 5 into 10. So I variable value start with 1 and go up to 10, means last value is which one? 10. Starting value is which one? 1. That's why I'm using less than equal to. If I use less than only, then initial value is what? 1. Last value is which one? Less than 10 is equals to what? 9. But I required last value is equals to 10. That's why I'm writing I is less than or equal to 10. Okay. Then write down Y is equals to our number, input number stored inside X variable, multiply by I variable, then print the value of what? Y variable, and increment the value of I variable. Okay, now check out line by line execution. This will enter the number and stored inside which one? X variable. So whatever the number entered by user, that is stored inside X variable. Suppose 5, 10, doesn't matter. 5 I'm taking for only explanation purpose. You can enter any number here. Okay, that number is converted into what? Integer, and stored again same variable, X variable. Initial value of I is which one? 0. Okay, sorry, not 0, 1. Okay, now start here. What is the initial value of I? Initial value of I is equals to 1. 1 is less than 10. That is true. Then X, suppose imagine the value of X is what? 5. 5 multiply by 1. So that multiplication stored inside Y variable, and output is equals to what? 5. Now first multiplication present here, that is 5. I plus 1, next value of I plus 1 is equals to what? 2. Now 2 is less than 10 again, that is true. Then what? 5 multiplied by 2, that is equals to 10. In this manner, table is generated. Just execute this one. Check out here. Enter any number. Check out, you can enter any number. Suppose I explain this example by using 5. Suppose I'm entering another number, for example, 7. So check out, it will generate the table of which one? 7. This is the table of 7. So you can use the while loop to execute the same code number of times until particular condition is what? Satisfied. When that condition is not satisfied, then while loop will not continue the execution. So these 3 lines continuously executed until the value of I is less than or equal to 10, and it will stop only when the value of I become greater than which one? 10. So this is the simple explanation about the while loop. How to use while loop inside which one? Your Python code.